Hello. So I'm Sarah. I'm from the University of Dundee, and I'm very happy to be here today. And I will be presenting my PhD project on reading ability, on the relationship between reading ability and neural synchronization to speech and music. As we all know, reading is a very important skill to have, and I think we in this room especially use reading quite a lot. We use it in our daily life for example, reading job advertisements, reading the news, and also for leisure. However, there are still quite a lot of people who don't have quite as good reading ability as the rest. And for example, in Scotland, I believe it's 1 in every 4 people that has quite poor literacy. The research on reading development so far is mostly focused on children. This is because reading development usually occurs during childhood. And research has found that music training affects various aspects of cognition, for example, executive functioning, phonological abilities, and even things like math skills. In particular, rhythm interventions have found that improvements in rhythm lead to improvements in phonological awareness and subsequently also to reading ability. So this is where my study comes in, because a lot of this research is focused on children. So what about adults? So the aim of my study is to investigate the relationship between reading ability with neural synchronization to speech and music. And my hypothesis is that those who show stronger neural synchronization will also show better reading ability. So what is neural synchronization? It can be measured in different ways, and the way that I use is mutual information, which is correspondence between the EEG signal and the envelope extracted from the speech or music, which is shown here in red. For this study, we recruited 32 participants, all native English speakers with no hearing loss and no diagnosed neurological conditions. The experiment was conducted in 2 parts. So for the first part, we had them complete an online task. So they completed a lexical decision task, which served as a proxy for reading ability, or reading, which comprised of 45 words and 45 non-words, all matched in word length and randomly presented. Participants were asked to select with the left and right arrow keys if the selection of letters on the screen, if they identified that as a word or a non-word. After the online part, we had participants come into the lab and we collected EEG data while they listened to a short story and a short piece of jazz music. So the results we obtained from this are obviously the behavioral variables. So we obtained reaction times from the lexical decision task, and as you can see here, we found that words were reacted to significantly faster than non-words, and also they were more accurately responded to than non-words. And here is just a comparison between the neural synchronization to music, which was significantly stronger than that of speech. I haven't run the complete analysis for all 32 participants. I'm still in the process of doing that. So here I have some preliminary results to show you. This is with 16 participants, where we found that those who performed better on the lexical decision task also showed stronger neural synchronization to music, specifically in low frequencies. So here's delta. However, we found the opposite result with speech. So those who performed better in the lexical decision task actually showed less strong synchronization to speech. So just to conclude, the relationship between music and reading is quite well studied with children, but it is very poorly understood with adults. The analysis, my analysis of these results is still ongoing, but so far our results have shown that the relationship between reading and neural synchronization to music is in line with our hypothesis, and our results for speech are not as we expected. I wanted to thank my supervisor, and thank you very much for your attention.
And a quick question for Sarah.
Yeah, thank you. So you look only at linear measures of speech envelope or music envelope to EEG, right? But have you look at only at linear coupling between EEG and envelope and speech envelope or music envelope? So have you thought of looking at also how the envelopes of rhythms are tracking it? Because there are ideas how, for instance, beta can track speech and so on and so forth. But that would you require to analyze envelopes. Using methods like Spock, for instance, would be good.
Okay.
But because what you show is, it looks like it's a linear mapping between speech characteristic, the envelopes of speech to EEG.
So do you mean the analysis I do, so mutual information?
Again?
Do you mean the analysis that I use, so mutual information?
No, mutual information is fine, but you do it like a linear mapping. I meant when EEG has nonlinear transform, like power,
Okay.
and then you look at how envelopes of oscillations are tracking it. Like beta is known to track speech, for instance. That could be helpful for you.
I'm not quite sure, but thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, thanks again, Sarah.